Take two, they got the game in. The Wisconsin Badgers and the Minnesota Golden Gophers postponed a few weeks ago, but in Champions Week, the Big Ten used common sense and didn't go East versus West. They wanted to keep this rivalry intact, and they did, as the Badgers and Minnesota met for the 130th time, keeping the longest-running rivalry in major college football going. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game at Camp Randall. We'll check in with Badgers tight end Jake Ferguson, having another very good year in what has been a very good career through his first 3 seasons on the field. And we'll also have our weekly conversation with head coach Paul Chryst. All that coming up on the Badgers Sports Report.
Groshek, the tailback, double wide to the left. Mertz will give it to Groshek, straight ahead, 35-30, he's gone, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Wisconsin. Garrett Groshek up the middle from 39 yards away. Oregon gets the snap, he fakes the handoff, looks, throws over the middle, end zone, and it's picked off by Wisconsin. It is picked off in the end zone by Master E.B. Eric Burrell picks it off as the Badger defense turns them back. Jake Ferguson, wing right. Groshek, the running back. Wolf is rolling to his left, throwing left, and is caught. Touchdown, Wisconsin! Jack Dunn the catch. Chase Wolf off the bench flips a 4-yard touchdown pass, and the Badgers take the lead late to the third quarter. 30-yard try for the win for Colin Larsh, left hash mark. Here in overtime at Camp Randall Stadium. Lines are down. Here's the snap. Spot. Kick is in the air, and it is good! And the Badgers win it! The Axe remains in Madison for another year as Colin Larsh bangs through a 30-yard field goal. The Badgers win it 20-17. 5 to shoot. Price off the wing. He's spotted down the lane. Slam dunk. Counted and a foul.
Badgers move from the field house to the Final 4.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor.
Oh! Play spot open.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Got a 4:14 left in the first half. Morgan back to throw. Badgers send 4. Screen to the right. Potts will catch it. Chanel is all over him at the 24-yard line. Loss of about 4. Third down play coming up. Morgan back to throw. A little backside pressure, and Chanel gets to the quarterback. Leo Chanel continuing to make plays for this Wisconsin defense. And just bringing the linebackers again. Morgan in trouble. The ball's not loose. It's loose in a scramble inside the 30-yard line. And let's see. I think the Gophers may have recovered, and they do. Oh my, just missing.
Just coming off a tough stretch of games for one, and just the axe itself is just always huge, and it's just something we always look forward to in the year, and it was I can't say enough of how fun this was, and I'm so happy for our guys.
I was just happy that, you know what I mean, as seniors, they get to chop the axe, and I was a part of that group, and I'm just very happy that we went out victorious, and it was definitely a surreal moment for me, just in particular, and just being a senior, and just being one of the top guys for this program, and it was just very exciting to. It took everybody. It wasn't no individual game. It was a hard-fought game, and I'm just proud of each and every one on this team.
You know, both Graham and Chase played really well, in my opinion. You know, Chase's ability to step in there and lead us down the field, get points on the board. You know, I can't say enough good things about, you know, what he did tonight. I'm really incredibly proud of his contribution. And obviously, you know, there's Groshek running the ball like a man out there. You know, there's just so many guys, too many to, you know, put down on a list. I think, you know, at the end of the day, it was really a great team win, guys coming together and doing what we had to do to get the job done at the end of the day.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Redline hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free online delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa. Well, the Big Ten portion of the schedule wraps up now as the Badgers in Minnesota had their annual battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. And Paul, it's been an incredible ride, incredible journey. Every season, you say that all the time. Each season is its own journey, but this one has certainly been at its own level. Can you just give us from your seat how your team in general has handled all of this, and in particular, the seniors and other, draft eligible players, how they have all dealt with all there has been to deal with this season?
Yeah, that's you're right. Every season is unique, and this one, we had an idea. I don't know what the idea was, but we had an idea going into this year. It was going to be different, and certainly we're going to have to be flexible. And then it was going to come down to choices that we were going to have to make. And, there was, you try not to go through a season on a roller coaster as best you can. You don't want the highs to be too high and the lows to be too low. But this was a season. And really, you can go all the way back to, when we were getting ready for spring break and thought we were coming back for spring ball. A lot of different things happened that changed the course. And for the most part, I thought guys did a good job of just trying to be in the moment, and it took a little bit of time to adjust to whatever that was we were in. And, I thought the way they handled the spring and even the summer, we were able to come back, but very unconventional. And one of the best parts of being on a team, and certainly the teams that we've had here, is when you can come together and you get to know each other and you're working side by side. And I think that, we weren't able to do a lot of that. And I remember guys just talking about it, like they missed that, right? There's a lot of the events for good reason that we couldn't do, but end up being parts that they really value. And so I think when you ask about how the seniors, I think they probably reflected and wish they had that. And I think for those that have had it and didn't realize how important and special that is. And then I think our freshmen will probably, this was an introductory year and getting adjusted. I think next year they'll have the same thing. They have not gone to classes where people are on campus. They haven't had a normal. So all in all, I think they've handled it. There certainly has been ups and downs with it all. And yet, we knew it's the first time any of us have been in a pandemic, and they're smart. And I've enjoyed I think it's been helpful for me personally to be around the guys, because their perspective is it's healthy in many ways. And so grateful for it. And we talk about football, there's so many life lessons in it. And this is certainly something that we can all take forward with us.
I know on your radio show recently we talked about it, but I think it's worth mentioning here on this platform. You had 16 guys last Sunday who were able to take part in a virtual commencement. I should always pay attention to that more than I do, but it just sticks out more this year that you have 16 guys, and there are a lot of really recognizable names for even the more casual fan. I know there's another conference that says it just means more, but to me, if you get a degree here, student athlete, that just means more too. Really, real tip of the cap, I would think, to all of those guys to be able to earn a degree here. Absolutely, you're excited for them. You're proud of what they've accomplished, and actually had a number of guys that ended up postponing their graduation. We had more on track to graduate because they made the decision they want to have the opportunity to come back. They've kind of postponed the graduation, and some are working on a second degree. And everyone, and we appreciate everyone sees them as football players, but there's a lot more to it. And Eric Burrell, now we are to reference him as Master EB because he's gotten his master's, and that's is something he's proud of, and every one of them. And it is worth celebrating. When you go recruit them, and you talk about have the opportunity to play football at the highest level, and together the goal is to try to do something special as a team, and certainly for them as individuals. And then right hand in hand with that is to earn a meaningful degree from the University of Wisconsin, and number of guys that are doing that. And that not only stays with you your whole life, that opens up doors. And, at some point the pads are going to come off. I don't care what kind of career you have, and really proud of the guys for that. Yeah, you mentioned the word recruiting a moment ago. This past week, obviously, the early signing period. It's like a nice size class will be coming in. What's that been like trying to have the recruiting process in the you're trying to have a season in the middle of a pandemic? What's recruiting been like during this time? It's certainly been very different in a lot of ways, and yet for many of them, we were fortunate that, they have been on campus a number of times and got to see them, still hoping to, normally by this time would have been able to be in their houses, and for me personally and coaches. And so, I'll be able to take advantage of that in the spring. Still, I think it's really important to get to be able to see them. And it's less about recruiting. Obviously they've signed, but you want to pay respect to them. And, I think it's really helpful to see where everyone's from and kind of what is their world. But I appreciate that group a ton. And like we were talking about with our players, they, it was different, but they kept their head up. They did a great job of connecting with each other. And I think
this is one that was common. We were all fighting through it. Now, we've got guys from all different areas in the country that were part of it. So they would, exchange stories, and some played this year, some weren't, some had, spring ball they're playing in. And so I think they had built up enough of a relationship. We had built up enough of a relationship where that part of it was, I don't want to say the same, but you still were able to keep building those relationships that mean so much. And yet, looking forward to, this will be the first group that their official visit, which would have been normally last summer. We're going to do it after they've all have signed, and we'll hope to do it in April. So it's different, but boy, I appreciate that group and excited for them to be joining us.
Yeah, we look forward, and hopefully the stadium will be full like it is in that photo behind you there. That's Badgers head coach Paul Chryst. We have more to come as the Badgers Sports Report continues.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
One of the best tight ends in the Big Ten, and I think we can say one of the better tight ends in college football. Jake Ferguson joins us now. He's been a busy guy making the rounds in the media circuit here this week and most weeks, as a matter of fact. But Jake, I want to start. This is signing day, the early signing period, and it looks like the Badgers have a very nice recruiting class coming in. And I know the head coach has always said, look, this is a big day for those guys who get to sign the dotted line and officially become Badgers. I know in your case, I guess from the outside looking in, it wasn't a great mystery. We all, I guess, kind of figured that you would be a Badger, but still, take us back to that day. What that meant for you to be able to sign and officially become a Wisconsin Badger.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it was yesterday, if I'm going to be honest with you. But yeah, that's really the moment you join not just the program, but the family, the Badger family, and you just you become part of that tradition, and you know that you're just going to have to work your tail off. And I mean, it's crazy to say that it's been over like 3 years since I signed that dotted line. And I mean, that was one of the greatest days of my life. And I still remember it, every moment of it. I still remember signing day, everything. And I'm just really excited for those young guys. Jack Pugh, I mean, the younger Rucci, I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
It's just good to see those guys. I know they're excited, and I'm excited for them.
What's the best piece of advice that you would give all of those guys?
I think the journey is just beginning. I mean, they got to approach it with just a great mindset from here on out, that now you are a part of this tradition, and it means you got to work. You got to work to be good, and there's a lot of work to be done.
You put in a lot of work. We know about, the catches, and I won't jinx it by talking about what you've done in that department, but what area of your game, Jake, have you really developed that the rest of us maybe should be talking more about?
Just like I think the mental part, I've come a long way. Whether it's just reading schemes, reading the defense, knowing the offensive schemes, not only what I'm supposed to do, but where other guys are supposed to go, so I can do my job better. Just the little things, the little mental game, knowing the game better. I think I've come a long way, and then I think just aside from that, definitely just the physical part. I mean, I came in at 205. I was a little dude. I think just coming in with getting different injuries, the little nicks, stuff like that. I think that's been a big form of adversity for me, but just being able to push through that has been big for me.
Well, you seem like you have a lot of pain tolerance, so you're a pretty tough guy here. I mean, you've dealt with stuff. I mean, right after the opener against Illinois, right? You had to go down and get some surgery again. I'm guessing you take some pride in that. They always say the best day of camp is the first day because in terms of your body. But that's something that I'm thinking you take a lot of pride in. You play when maybe you don't feel the greatest.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of that. I mean, the mindset that I usually have is if I can run, I can play. I mean, just being able to be out there with your legs and running. I mean, that's better than anything. And you can throw your body in there. I mean, I've had both thumb surgeries. I've had casts on. There's things the trainers can do for you to where you can throw it in there and you feel it very minimally, but I mean, you still feel it a little bit. But I mean, yeah, it's been tough, but I mean, another kind of thing I think about is just finish this game with everything you got and you won't regret anything. And so, I mean, just being able to put it all out there and feel it tomorrow. So don't really worry about it till the next day.
You seem, even from a broadcast booth, you seem to just love playing the game. It's noticeable for anybody who watches. This year, it's been so different. We all know that. But what's pushed you through it? What has kept your enthusiasm level up week in and week out?
I think just being able to play the game. I mean, the reason I fell in love with football is because I was playing it in the backyard with my brother, with nobody watching, and me and him just going at it, tackling, scoring touchdowns, just the two of us. And I mean, it kind of brings you back to those roots where there's thousands of fans around you watching you, cheering you on. I mean, it's nobody. So it's really back to just you in the game and holding yourself accountable and playing for the guy next to you. And I think just having those guys next to you, it really builds that up in you and makes you want it even more.
Is there something to be said, Jake, with a year like this where you guys have all had to deal with so much that you're going to be better coming out of it? I think mentally tougher or whatever?
Yeah, I think so, because, I mean, this has really never happened to anybody. And I think this being one of the biggest forms of adversity, being able to push through it and just learn from this is going to be big in the future for us.
Final one for you. Your grandpa tells me that you have a great rapport with Coach Chryst and that you guys can give each other some stuff, we'll say, and you know how to take it. There's a good back and forth. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, I've known Coach Chryst for a pretty long time. So, I mean, we're pretty close. We have good chatter, as we say.
Very well put. Very well. That's Jake Ferguson, Badgers tight end, as I mentioned, one of the best in the Big Ten and certainly beyond the Big Ten. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
We thank Paul Chryst and tied in Jake Ferguson. Next week, we're going to talk a little basketball as we'll begin our shows with Greg Gard as the Wisconsin Badgers get going into Big Ten Conference play. Join us next week. Thanks for watching.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Red Line hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free online delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle butter bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.